and center it and save. Now the slides of my PowerPoint will show up right there on my page. One thing to notice though, I've created a third page, but it's not over here in the sidebar, and that's because I turned that automatic navigation off. So I'm going to go back to my edit sidebar and edit my navigation. See, there is no PowerPoint in my navigation. If I want it to show up, I can click on Add Page. PowerPoint. Okay. And if I wanted it to appear higher or lower on the list, I can certainly do that right there. I'm going to say OK and save. Okay, while we're here, let me show you some of the other options you've got over here. At the bottom of the list, you've got themes. And here you see, if you didn't like the theme you selected, you can completely change the look of your site by picking one of those other themes. Colors and fonts. You can change the entire page background color, background image. But one thing I'm kind of interested in is the font. Right now it's kind of a nice looking font, but if you click on custom right here and come down here to the font choices, look at this. This is brand new. There are all kinds of really nice fonts you can put in. So I'm going to change mine to Annie. See down here what happened? You can see by previewing it. If we save that, now I've got this cool new font all across my entire site. By the way, if you change the font in the editor, you only have 5 font choices instead of all of these. Site layout is that edit navigation that we've been to several times before, but let me show you a couple of other choices on this page. You can change your site layout and add, if instead of a sidebar on the left side, you'd like a horizontal navigation bar across the top, you can change that by clicking right there. You can make your sidebar appear on the right instead of the left. You can change the width of it. You can change the width of the main part of your site. So you have quite a few options. You can add a footer. I'm going to cancel. And you do have the option to configure the search button that shows up by default, but I think it works pretty well. I wouldn't change that. You can change your logo, that Clemson University. You can say no logo or a custom logo. You can change your alignment. That's where we were a moment ago. And if you look over here on the left again, Adsense lets you create ads on your page, so if people click on them, you get money. I tried that, it didn't work very well. Sharing and permissions. If you accidentally made your site private, or if you made it private while you were building it, you can come out here and change the access on the site. In fact, it's a good idea to just click on change on this and make sure that you've got it set the way you want it. I've seen a few cases where it said it overrode the original setting, and then people couldn't share their site. If you'd like to have a co-owner on your site, if you'd like to get someone to help you figure out a problem with your site, you can do that. All right. General. Aha, this is what I was talking about earlier. If you uncheck this, then that site name does not appear at the top of your page. You can even at this point change your site name to something else so that it will appear on the list. Remember on those categories, if you clicked on any one of those categories, it shows you the names of the sites in that category. So if you wanted this to appear as Laurie Sherrod page, or whatever you wanted, you can type right in there. It will not change the URL and put spaces and special characters in the URL. It'll still say that, it'll still be that Laurie S101. But if I save this and someone looks at the list of pages, they'll see that. Or if I check that back, that will show up really big up at the top of the page. Deleted items. If you've deleted something, it shows you and actually gives you a chance to retrieve them. It's pretty nice. All of your pages. If you haven't created a link for a page and you've forgotten where it is, this is a way to get to your other pages. Okay. So I'm going to come back. Notice it did change. Instead of Laurie 101, right there it says Laurie Sherrod's page. Well, I want to go back to it. Now Now let's see what I've done. I took out the big name at the top, and again I could put it back if I like, just by rechecking that. And here are all of my links, my PowerPoint, my resume, my sitemap, my edit sidebar. And there's the little search tool I mentioned earlier. Alright, so if you look across the bottom, there are a couple of choices across the bottom as well, including a print page. Well, this concludes the introduction to Google Sites for Clemson students, but we do have both an introduction hands-on class and a more advanced class out in our CLE Reg system, which you get to by going to www.clemson.edu/CLE Reg. Thanks for watching.